What up internet, my name's Lave, and this week I watched The Girl on the Train, which is an adaptation of the #1 selling book, which I haven't read. I seem to say that about every film book adaptation. I swear I do read the Metro headlines. So despite not reading the book, I was actually really excited about this film. I do love a good thriller, and the trailers made this look like a really good thriller. So what's it about? Well, it stars Emily Blunt as a girl called Rachel who is on a train, and she's going through a rough patch. She's had a few knocks in her life and it's hit her hard, so she hits the sauce hard. She's a raging alcoholic, and Emily Blunt is really convincing as an alcoholic. She plays her part really well. So on her daily commute, she observes a couple who live in a house a few doors down from where she used to live with her ex-husband, who is now remarried and got a kid. And she fantasizes that this couple are the perfect couple and are the true embodiment of love and represent everything that she has lost. And then this fantasy is shattered when she sees this girl with another man. So in one of her drunken states, she gets off the train one day to go and investigate. She has a blackout and can't really remember what happens. It's then revealed that the girl has gone missing. She then turns up dead, and then it turns into a murder mystery and who done it, and now we have our movie. So that's all I can really say without spoiling it, but what I can say and what I didn't realise going in is that this film is really a combination of three narratives. So you've got Emily Blunt as Rachel, the girl on the train. You've got Haley Bennett or Haley Bennett as Megan, the girl on the balcony or the girl who goes missing. And then you've got Rebecca Ferguson as Anna, who is now the wife of Rachel's ex-husband. I actually quite liked all of the performances in this film, particularly Emily Blunt, who is really convincing as a drunk, but I have to say I didn't necessarily gravitate towards any of the characters. They're all pretty cold, including the male leads. Luke Evans plays the husband to Megan, Justin Theroux plays the husband to Anna and Rachel's ex, and then you've got Édgar Ramírez as a therapist thrown in the mix. And there is a sort of feminist undertone in that all men are bastards, and it also explores the realities of suburban life, which really did remind me of Gone Girl, but I'll come back to that later. Now, I've talked to a few people who have read the book, and from what I can gather, it does sound like they've been pretty faithful to it, but I'm not sure if something has been lost in translation, particularly in the way that they've executed this film and the way it's constructed. So this film is directed by Tate Taylor, who's most famous for directing The Help, which I haven't seen, but I hear is very good. For this film, he adopts a non-linear approach and utilises flashbacks to fill us in on the three women's narratives, which is fine. It does keep you guessing as to who the killer is, but only up to a certain point. Honestly, it got to a stage where I sat back and thought, this entire film is just flashbacks. There's a point when it jumps from one significant flashback straight into another significant flashback, and I felt myself just getting a bit wary of it and wanted it to carry on with the actual film. It even flashes back to scenes which we've already seen, just from a different angle, and when the killer is finally revealed, you see the murder take place in another flashback. The only cool thing to come out of these flashbacks, which they do utilise, really reminded me of one of the scenes from Memento, when Leonard is sort of remembering Sammy Jenkins' life and you're not sure if it's actually his life, if you know what I mean. They sort of do the same thing here. Because Emily Blunt's character is drunk all the time, you're not sure if her memories are reliable. That was pretty cool, but at the end of the day, when the killer is finally revealed, it didn't feel like this earth-shattering ending that I think it was meant to be. If anything, it kind of felt run-of-the-mill and just a bit average. So that's my thoughts on The Girl on the Train, and pause the video if you want to take a closer look at my enjoyment tracker now. Overall, I think this is an adequate thriller, murder mystery, whodunit, but that's all it is. It's just adequate. I think it's definitely been overhyped because of the popularity of the book. I would absolutely argue that this film only got made because of the success of David Fincher's Gone Girl, which I definitely think that this film is trying to ape in terms of its visuals and the themes, but it doesn't come anywhere near it. I definitely think that Gone Girl is a much superior film. I came out of that thinking, whoa, and I came out of this thinking, meh. I think if this was a BBC TV feature film that you caught on a Sunday, you probably think that it's pretty decent, but as a big cinematic event, it feels very average. Maybe something has got lost in its translation to film. I don't know. I haven't read the book, but I do know that Tate Taylor is no David Fincher. So thanks very much for watching my review of The Girl on the Train. I really do appreciate it. If you've seen the film and you've read the book, tell me in the comments what you thought about it. And if you liked the video, please give it a like and don't forget to share the Lave. Subscribe.